Good morning, guys. So we're gonna do a little chat because something, this is very mundane in the grand scheme of things, but since I talk about influencers being transparent, being dishonest, lying, scamming, I figured that this would be a good subject to touch on, especially because I have direct experience with this situation and this product. So Brianna K, we're all very familiar with her. She's a mommy vlogger. She focuses on a lot of clean with me, decorate with me, day in the life, stay-at-home mom type of content. I've covered her a fair bit. I'm proud to say that I'm blocked by her on Instagram, and I'm still waiting on my trophy or a sticker or a keychain or something. I haven't gotten that yet, so hopefully that'll come soon. But she did a video, a Q&A, and I thought that she was going to actually answer questions that people want to know about, but she didn't. Shocking. In that video, she had a sponsor, and the sponsor was Roderm. Roderm is a website where you can get products like Latisse, you can get skincare products, and you're basically seeing a doctor virtually, and that's how you can get prescription products like Latisse. In the video, she said, Roderm will give you a, quote, clinically proven eyelash growth serum, end quote. And that was her sponsor plug. She talked about how she used to, get eyelash extensions, and she doesn't get those anymore, and plug the product. She didn't show before and after photos. She didn't talk about her experience over the 16 weeks that she was supposed to be using this serum, because when you're using Latisse, you get full growth at 16 weeks.
If you've been following for a long time, you might remember that I used to have eyelash extensions. I got them from the time I was pregnant with Landon until 2020, and once I got them off, my lashes were so short and so damaged. So if you're in the same boat, you definitely should check out Roderm, and thank you to Roderm for sponsoring today's video. So Roderm offers access to a clinically proven eyelash growth serum that makes your eyelashes longer, thicker, and darker. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out Roderm. If treatment is right for you, you get it prescribed right online. There's no need to go in for an in-person appointment, and you always have the option to message the provider with any of your questions. In a 16-week clinical trial, eyelashes grew 25% in length, 106% in fullness, and 18% in darkness. To get your prescription growth serum, all you have to do is have a free online visit and answer standard questions about your eye and medical history. Then a Roderm affiliated healthcare provider gets back to you within 48 hours, and if your prescription is approved, you will get your eyelash growth serum delivered to your door with free 2-day shipping. Treatment with Roderm is convenient because Roderm allows you to be evaluated, diagnosed, and receive treatment all within the comfort of your own home. The initial online visit and all follow-ups are free, and there is always free 2-day shipping. Right now, if prescribed, new members will receive 10% off of your eyelash growth serum from Roderm if you go to roderm.com/Brianna. Again, shipping is free, and you will get free and unlimited follow-ups with your healthcare provider to support you on your eyelash growth journey. Again, that is roderm.com/Brianna. I will also have this linked in my description box for you as well.
But I ended up going to Roderm's website because I've used a website very similar to Roderm. In the past, I was using Rory, and I'm going to talk about my experience with Rory and their Latisse at the end of the video. But let's talk about Roderm. So it says Roderm is a digital health clinic from Ro, a direct-to-patient healthcare company. Roderm is dedicated to making dermatologist-backed products more accessible and affordable for everyone. Roderm is creating a centralized, gender-neutral destination for telehealth-appropriate diagnoses, treatments and other offerings, follow-ups, education, and community, ultimately to better meet Roderm's members' needs. Great. Now, since I had experience with Rory, I was interested to see how this kind of correlates. And they had a Q&A on their website, and it said, what is happening to the skincare offerings through Roman and Rory? While Roderm is initially launched, skincare offerings through Roman and Rory will still be available. Eventually, all skincare offerings will only be available through Roderm. The Rory products for non-skincare conditions through Roman will continue to receive those treatments and products through Roman. Hair loss treatments will also be available through Roman and not Roderm. Treatments for other dermatological conditions that are currently available through Roman and Rory, eyelash growth, eczema, dandruff, and hyperhidrosis, will gradually be migrated over to Roderm. So essentially the way that their program works is you sign up and you talk to a doctor, and if you're approved for, let's say you want Latisse, then the doctor will approve the prescription and send the Latisse to your home. And then you can also ask questions during the period of time and then have follow-up visits and continue to get your product. There were a couple things that bothered me about Brianna's plug. First, like I said, she didn't show before and after photos. Second, she didn't talk about did she use the Latisse the entire 16 weeks. I'm not sure why she was calling it eyelash growth serum. Maybe that's because Latisse is a brand name. I don't know if Allergan, which is their parent company, would have a problem with her using Latisse. I'm not sure, but the lack of evidence in her video, I wouldn't have, even if I hadn't ever used Latisse, I would not have wanted to purchase it because of her video. It was lacking information, it was lacking evidence, and it was just your run-of-the-mill product plug for sponsorship. It was a very mundane, very, I'm just saying this because they're paying me to vibe. Am I surprised? No. But now I want to talk to you guys about my experience with Rory and Latisse. I was first introduced to Latisse back when I worked for the dermatologist. You guys know that I worked for a dermatologist. It was quite an interesting little fiasco. I've done a story time about my time working for her, but that's when I first heard about Latisse. Didn't have the money to buy it, and she wasn't giving it to me for free, so I just knew of it. Well, a couple years after I left her practice, I was more financially stable, and I said, you know what? I want to try Latisse. So I did. And I went to a local med spa and bought it, and it was fantastic. I had really good growth at the 16-week mark. I loved it. Eventually, I did stop using it just because, you know, it's a lot to keep up with something like that, and my money was needed elsewhere. So I stopped using it. I think I stopped using it in like 2015. So I used it for, I think, about a year and a half. Well, January of 2021, I decided I want to go back on Latisse. And I had heard about this company, Rory. And I thought, well, if I can save some money and have it shipped directly to my house, let's do it. So I ended up going through the process, talked to the doctor, everything was good, filled out my little questionnaire, I was approved for it, and I received it in a couple of days. It was very fast shipping. I was impressed. I started using it. Wasn't seeing the growth that I was expecting. And I'm not talking about immediately. I'm talking about like around like the 12-week mark. I was still not seeing the growth that I was expecting. And I thought, well, maybe it's just because it's been a while since I used it last time. So I went ahead and refilled it, and I was getting the 5 ml bottle. So that's the larger size bottle. I got that second bottle, and I continued to use it, expecting some sort of, you know, growth to happen at this point. You know, we're like numerous months in. And I was sitting there like, is the Latisse that Rory sends out wonky? Like, what's the deal? And I want to make it very clear. Everything that I'm saying in this video is just my experience. This is my, I am sharing my little conspiracy about what possibly might be going on with these companies, just based off my experience. So these are allegedly conspiracies, not based on fact, for entertainment purposes only. Well, I went through the second 5 ml bottle, and instead of allowing the third one to be filled, I stopped it. I said, I want to put my account on hold, and I ended up going to a local plastic surgeon's office. What I ended up doing was I went on to the Allergan website and searched for approved providers that carry Latisse in my area. And I found one very easily. I went and bought the bottle and started to use it. Well, several weeks into using this Latisse that I got from the plastic surgeon's office, I start having growth, as I would expect from my first round using Latisse back in like 2014, 2015. And I said, that's really funny. I went through 2 5 ml bottles that were sourced from Rory. Then I get this bottle that came from an approved provider list, the plastic surgeon's office, and I'm, a few months in, and I'm seeing the growth that I would expect from Latisse. So again, it's just my experience that I would not suggest buying anything from these companies. I think that it's best to just, if you want to try it and the financial aspect of it is what's going to make you go to Rory or not use it, I would just say hold out and wait until you can go to a provider and get it, because I just felt like something was off. I just felt odd based off of my actual growth process. It was a night and day difference. So when I saw her plug that, I said, oh, no. We need to talk about this, because one, you're not being transparent about what your experience was. 2, you sound like a robot that is just plugging this company that you are not sharing any extra information about. And the whole vibe of the video was, like I said, very cookie cutter influencer. I'm talking about this because they're paying me to talk about this, and I don't trust a word that she said. And on top of it, her lashes in that video do not look like Latisse lashes to me. So either way, that's my experience with Rory, and that's my thoughts on Brianna's robotic sponsorship plug in her Q&A. But I wanted to share this with you guys. Have you used a service like Rory? Have you used Latisse? What are your thoughts? So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.